everyone, welcome to day one, officially, of the Guam Tour Takoyaki Party Special Edition, Bento Edition podcast. I'm Matt, and back with me here is Andy. Andy, what's good?
I was always here.
You're always here, yeah, we didn't go anywhere. So yeah, it's day one, which was a bit more eventful than day zero, because stuff actually happened. To start off, we'll just say, hey, there was a special live, which is kind of like I'll say a highlight, or at least basically that was like what got people to come.
Well, like I said earlier from the day one, is this was the original thing they wanted to do, was to start do a live here with an AKB48 Guam Senbatsu, InstaGuam Senbatsu.
Hashtag InstaGuam.
Yeah, hashtag InstaGuam. Gotta hashtag that.
Like, subscribe, share. And so they did this concert at a venue called, in all caps, The Beach, which, well, it was on the beach. It wasn't like out on the beach, like in the sand and crap. It was like kind of like a beach house, cabana or whatever.
Well, technically, it is on the beach. Like, they obviously didn't dance on like the normal beach sand. Yeah. Like, they obviously it was basically a beach house, like a beach, like on the beach itself.
Yeah, some kind of like outdoor theater thing with a roof. And it did rain a few times, but not during the live. Probably before. It was like doing like weird island monsoon crap. Ocean was behind it. The sun was behind it, which we'll get to in a bit. So they performed a variety of songs. A lot of like the summer songs, your Ponytail Shoo Shoes, your Everyday Kachashas, Sayonara Crawl. Yeah, so they did like the good songs. I mean, actually, fun fact, the first two songs, those were recorded, music videos were recorded in Guam. And then they also did some group, like unit songs from across the 48 universe.
The only thing I thought it was interesting was when they did when Renachi and a few AKB members they did Niji no Tsukurikata, which is an NMB song, and it's not like an A-side song. It's it's a unit song. It's not theater. It's a unit song. It's the one with Shu, Lilipon, Nagisa, Yuri and stuff like that.
Is this the one that Joe did that video of?
Yeah.
Okay. I never.
Yeah. So basically, Niji no Tsukurikata. It's a really nice song. I really like it personally. But the thing is, it's not like a famous song where like members from, fans from other groups would know really well.
Maybe I didn't even know. I call myself an NB fan.
Yeah, what a fucking fake fan. So basically, I thought it was interesting because so it was like a bunch of AKB members doing that song, and then obviously a lot of I think it was clear that everybody that wasn't an NMB fan, and including Matt, that didn't know the song. So it was a little bit awkward. It was a little bit quiet during that time. And even at the end of all the unit songs, Renachi actually asked asked Yuri so how did you think I did the song? Like, it was like the first time she did it, and she's like, I actually messed up like the chorus or something like that. And she's like, but we're in Guam, so you can forget it. You can. This
will never be recorded and posted on hashtag Instagram.
Well, she didn't say that. She just says, well, like, because we're in Guam, you guys will forgive me.
Yeah. Also, not an official member, so whatever. Yeah. And also they did kind of what they've been doing at some of the later 48 group events is they let us record a few songs.
Yeah, this seems like almost like a pattern now, especially amongst AKB.
Yeah, they've been doing it for at least a couple years.
I think NMB and the sister groups concerts don't always do it, but
Teammate usually does it.
Yeah, but like AKB is almost a pattern. It's like there's a session where they're like, okay, for this song or for the next two songs, everybody can record, and basically members run
around the venue.
Yes, and then if you're lucky, get the member you want. If you're not lucky, whatever. But that it's almost like a pattern. So when they said that, it wasn't a surprise at all. And in fact, it wasn't even a surprise at all, because right before we got to the venue, the guide was telling us that, okay, you guys can use the camera on your phone, but you can't bring a camera.
You can't bring
like a real camera, camera. So just by saying that, is like they're already expecting us to be recording something. So like when they said that, I was like, okay, we're going to be recording something. Mm-hmm. So there was zero surprise that the fact that we're doing it. Yeah. Okay, so we kind of talk about, we really briefly went over the set list. Do you want to talk more about the set list, or should we talk a little bit more about how big the venue was?
Let's talk about the venue. Yeah, set list is the set list. There's songs. They played songs. They did AKB stuff, dance around looking cute. Everyone had pin lights. It was daytime, so pin lights weren't very effective. But, yeah, and then people doing calls and chants and stuff.
It was so hot, too.
It was really hot because it was outdoors.
Yeah, so it's outdoors. It's just as a roof, and it's basically open all four sides.
Also with the recording part, it didn't really work as well as usual because it was outside, and the sun was in the background, so you may have saw some of our videos on Twitter or wherever, and you may not be able to say, hey, why did it look so crappy? Well, that's just because the sun is weird backlight stuff. So when they got up close to us, it got a bit better, but it was still just not that good.
Well, when they get closer to us, it's also because they're getting closer to indoor.
Yeah, so no more shadow backlight crap.
Yes. So basically, the venue is kind of small. It's only about I quickly counted. It's probably at most it could probably fit 300 people. So think of it as a AKB theater or NMB theater. Yeah. But the difference is it's bigger because of everybody gets a bigger chair and it's a bit more spread out. It has a lot more lanes, whereas in theater it's just everybody cramped into tiny seats into a little box formation.
On top of a Don Quixote or under a Don Quixote.
Yeah, so you can imagine it's really, really nice. And initially when we first got the tickets, because basically it's already assigned to our names, so when we got the tickets, we only saw the block.
Yeah.
And it says E block, and we were like
62, 63.
Yeah, we're like, holy crap, E block sounds so shitty, and it's 60 something. That's horrible. We were a little bit pissed off because we were like, oh, how come all the foreigners because me, Matt, and one of our friends, Rona, we both
E-block.
Yeah, we all got E block, and we were like,
man, put his gadgets in the crappy corner.
Yeah. That's what we thought. Yeah. But then when we actually got in, it was actually a pretty good seat.
It's probably aside from being very front of the stage, it was probably about our Slide concert. Yeah, probably about that level. Yeah, it was right, pretty much close dead center.
So it was good. It was good. It wasn't super super good, but it was good. It wasn't
better than we expected.
It's better than half the people there, I would say.
Yeah. Also, I guess this is they had a special ticket option for the locals here, the people from Guam.
I don't want to go in too much. So while we were waiting, so I kind of strolled around the venue for a bit, and I met a bunch of people. They were speaking English, and they were super decked out and
AKB Jack, custom made, not official, right? Just personally made.
Yeah, custom made. Those Yankee jackets, and then they're decked out. They have all these Oshimen. Oshimen photos all attached to their jackets, and then right away I knew these weren't fans from Japan. First of all, they don't look Japanese. Second of all, the people who came, obviously that, but the fact that people who came probably didn't bring all that. I wouldn't expect anyone to bring
at most they brought pen lights and uchiwa.
Yeah, so basically all the Japanese fans that came everybody brought reasonable amount of stuff. It's just a muffler towel, pen lights, uchiwa. That's about it.
T-shirts or something.
Yeah, T-shirt. That's it. No one brought anything outrageous. Yeah. So when I saw them, I was the first thing I just went up was hey, are you guys locals? I just spoke English right away. Mm-hmm. They were oh yeah, they're locals. They're all from Guam. Blah 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 blah. And I met one guy. He said he's from SoCal. I think his name was Marco. Yeah.
Shout out to Marco from SoCal.
So I was oh yeah. So the thing was the live. We thought that if the live didn't sell out, they would probably try to sell locally just to fill up the venue. But apparently they didn't. They didn't sell it to any. So basically the only way to attend this live was to buy some kind of tour package. So we bought it from JTB. So obviously it was really expensive, and it included other stuff that we would do other than the live. But there were other travel agencies that Rakuten Travel and stuff like that. They actually had packages as well for this live, but their packages are just only for the live.
Fly to Guam,
watch the live, and then fly out maybe in 2 or 3 days, just like us. But they don't participate in any
extra events.
Yeah, so it's if you think about it, it's a super bad deal. It's much cheaper, but it's a super bad deal. Yeah. So I was a little bit surprised to see the locals there. So right away I asked them so they started selling to locals, and obviously they were no, they didn't sell to the locals, but they kind of go in through other means, and I didn't really ask too much about it because whatever, man. It's free seats. I personally I don't mind. I think, we're doing a live in Guam, and it's a little unfortunate for people in Guam that they can't attend.
Yeah.
Even if they wanted, they couldn't attend.
They go to another country. Yeah, if you live there and you can come.
Yeah, so So I thought it was it sucked that people there couldn't buy it. So like even if they couldn't buy like the leftover tickets, so I didn't really care that they came in with some other kind of connections, or I don't know how they came in. Really. I just didn't really want to ask about it because I really didn't care. So that was kind of cool. I thought that was cool, but obviously they had to all sit on like the last row, like very very back. Obviously,
for obvious reasons. Chips and all that stuff.
Yeah, and also with this, I also want to talk about is that with this venue, we all had to sit.
Yeah, they told us, you have to sit down the whole time, don't stand up. But as soon as like the overture start hit, I think it's just like muscle memory or whatever. It's like some people started standing up, and like we saw people standing up. So fine, we'll stand up too. And then like staff rushed to the front, sit down. Like gesturing us to sit down. Like
okay. So, yeah, then we all sat down. So, it was basically a concert that's all sitting down. So, again, it became even more similar like a theater show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recorded. I think all.
I think it was okay. It was an okay live. I think it was what we expected, from a live.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, it was really short actually.
Yeah. It was like
so the live, long. Yeah. So the live itself with the members performing, it was only about an hour long, and they ended. And then I was like, oh, wow, like an hour. Well, I kind of expected it was going to be short. I was expecting maybe an hour and a half.
Scheduled.
Yeah.
We had it a couple hours later, anyways.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, it's an hour. That's kind of cheap, for people, like especially for people if they did buy the package to come to watch it. It's only an hour. So after that, do you want to tell about what happened?
Coming back?
No, man. So basically, right after they left, we did an encore. But instead of the member,
okay.
Oh come on, how can you forget this? So when the, so I should be the fucking host, man.
Okay,
let's start over. I'll be the host.
All right. Hey everyone, welcome to
Hey everyone, welcome to Takoyaki. This is Andy's your host.
You didn't get the name wrong. You're fired. Get out of here. So they did the encore, but the encore was not what you expect. It was actually the Guam twist. Instead of the girls coming out, the special was that the group we're seeing? Yeah, the Takoyaki.
No. There's not. There's multiple groups of them, but
one of like the local like dinner night shows. This group came out, and they're all kind of dressed up like in like traditional Guam clothing, and they had like spears and sticks and swords and crap, and like it was like really intense, like basically kind of imagine like Hawaiian like luau style performances and stuff, and it was pretty intense. And then suddenly like a couple girls actually joined them. Like,
do you know who they are?
Yamada Nanami and some other girl I didn't check.
Ota now.
Okay, yeah, so both teammate. I wasn't paying attention to Yamada Nanami because she's cool. Anyway, yeah, so they started doing it, and like actually, Nanami, she's kind of a goof. She's kind of like messing up all the dance moves and stuff. It's pretty funny to watch her do it.
It was interesting because it was actually a masculine dance because it was it's all dudes, so they're like all half naked dudes. It's a very angry and very. Yeah.
They like ran past. I could like feel the guy like brush past me because like I was on my phone because it's during encore. I don't care, and I'm like, this guy rushed by. What? And he had like a pointy stick. I was worried.
Yeah, so this was a really fierce dance, and then we have these two girls who are trying to do it. Obviously, they can't do it really well, but it was really funny watching it because these guys are so intense. Yeah. And then these two girls are just kind of like doing the same move as them, but like it was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we had like the girls.
Yeah, like I don't say hula dancer, but like something like that. They're wearing big like feathery hats and big feathery dresses and stuff. And then they brought in some more girls. I think almost all of them came out. Nearly all of them came out with him.
Yeah. So, initially, there was two songs. So, one of the songs, so the first song, I think it was only Sei, Fukuoka Seina. Yeah. And Yukarin from AKB.
Okay.
And then one more, Miyupong or something, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So they were doing this really like a beautiful, sexy, like, basically hula dance. Basically, it was like freaking like it's just like watching Hawaii people dance. And then after that, they did. I think they did. Was it? No.
Then I think everyone came out and they did.
Everybody
fortune cookie.
Yeah. So basically, Guam is no different from any other country. It was invaded by fortune
cookie fever was worldwide.
So basically,
everyone knew the dance.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, everyone knew the dance, so everyone danced along. I think some people didn't know, so like we're kind of like doing the air dancing, kind of helping some of the guys. One guy was kind of confused. We're kind of mimicking it to him. So yeah, so that was pretty fun. That was a good way to close out the show.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
that wasn't even the last one.
No, because in the
right after all the dancers left, they did one more song.
Yeah,
all the
best members song, the goat of all time. Number one most popular AKB48 karaoke song. on Live Dam, I think.
What is it called?
365 days.
Man, what a lame. Man, say the Japanese properly.
Samyaku Roku Jugo Nichi Kami Hikoki. Sayaka's center song. The best song ever if you're a person that likes watching morning dramas. And it's the most mainstream song. And it was a pretty good performance.
It was also really interesting that they did that song because it's obviously a Sayaka song, but I mean it's fair because
she's the star of the show.
Yes, but, well, basically, if you put it that way, like everybody, you can see a good chunk of the crowds were Sayaka fans. Yeah. Maybe the second most would be Okada Nana, which makes perfect sense because Sayaka and Okada Nana would be the two most popular member within this Senbatsu. Yeah, you would say.
Yeah. So they did that song, which a good way to close out the song. And then they also didn't. I'm sure if we'll talk about this. They introduced all the top people who organize the whole events, like
So they organized some tourism people, Guam,
our boy John,
or even like a Japanese ambassador in Guam or something, embassy, something like that.
And our boy John, the one white guy in charge of it, and we're like John, we're cheering for him, John, and then we kind of greeted him as we left the venue. Yeah, so that was that live, and then we head back to the hotel for like an hour, half hour.
Yeah, so we went back to rest up.
Charge your phones.
Yeah, basically. It was really short. It was only about an hour. Yeah. So the moment we finished it, we were all trying to upload, but like we were all roaming
data, and then like can't rely on our hotel Wi-Fi. It's really garbage. So by the time you hear this, it's gonna be way after we're already back in Japan. Because Guam internet is no good. Guam hotel internet is no good. Let me clarify that. And then we head to, I think what we probably think is, the highlight of the day / the whole trip, would you say? The after party.
It's still too early to say, but so basically...
I think this is the thing we were most excited, kind of looking forward to, because we've heard good things about similar events, such as, the Milky birthday party thing. And
so basically some kind of event where you do it with the members that includes food.
Yeah, food, and drinks, but apparently not those kind of drinks. So we all bussed over to PIC.
Which is probably the hotel that the members are staying, which is also where the ballers are staying.
Yeah, the Baller Hotel, a.k.a. the Baller Hotel. And went through the hotel lobby, went down some stairs, went through basically Tokyo Disney Sea, Indiana Jones. The queue for that, how they could go through jungles and rivers and temples and caves and crap. It's basically, this is Indiana Jones. And then the line was constantly moving, and it stopped, and then it was stop go.
Yeah, well, the thing of PIC is actually a water park, so so we were doing the party thing at one of the, I think it's called the amphitheater, which is part of the park, where it just has a stage and has a bunch of seats. Yeah, it's under a huge tent,
and we. I guess starting off right off the bat, probably already had some bad experiences or some bad thoughts. So the seating was not assigned; it was randomly assigned, but it was done through probably the dumbest way possible.
Yeah. So basically, when we were lining up, Matt was saying he sees it from really far. He's like, oh, they're picking something from a box, and he's like, oh, I think it's they pick where you sit. Yeah. And I told him, there's no way, that's super dumb because. That's first off, it's why would they do everything on the spot? They can just throw it in the machine and just randomize everything. Well, beforehand,
a concert ticket.
Yeah, you just go in and just sit down. That saves so much time. Why would they do that? So I was like, maybe they were choosing just a number. So if they do a raffle, if they do a raffle later on, then they will know who's the winner. Mm-hmm. But then, by the time we got actually there, where the bag checks or whatever.
Yeah, they checked our body check, which is kind of
normal handshake.
Sorry, I didn't bring my gun with me or my knife. Then they checked the bag quickly. I think they checked my bag. And then there was a box. And you dip your hand in the box, and you pull out a little piece of paper, and it has a number on it. I think it's 1 to 33 or something.
Basically, it decides on the table that you need to sit in, and the table holds about 8 people.
10, I think.
8. I counted 8. But the thing was... that's okay. That was okay. But the thing was that they required everybody to pick. So what it meant was the people you went with, for example, me and Matt, we applied together. So we were obviously in the same hotel room. We're always sitting together. Yeah. Stuff like that. That's why you apply together. But for this one, it wasn't like okay, one of you guys pick and
that's we both go together.
Yeah, it's not even like that. It was just like everybody has to pick one, and then everybody has to sit in their assigned table.
Yeah,
which is really stupid. Which means like, so basically you're basically forced to mingle with others,
with random strangers.
Which I think is okay. But the thing is, you shouldn't be forced to mingle with alone.
Yeah.
Because like I said, there's 8 seats, and if you're split with your friend, that means you are meeting 7 new guys. Mm-hmm. And I think, but the thing was, for some people, I think it was okay. But like some people are girls, some girl fans, you could tell they were clearly uncomfortable if they were stuck in a table with just all dudes. Yeah. They want to be in the table at least with have at least one girl or someone they know. Mm-hmm. Like, so you could see that it was uncomfortable. A lot of people were surprised. A lot of people were like, what? And then, but like there were actually one couple that was so angry, like they refused to pick because they were like, what the heck? Because they're like a really really old couple. They're an old couple, like married,
late 40s, maybe 50s.
Yeah. Really they were just the husband was just like, I refuse to pick. He's like, why do we have to be a split and sit with other random people, like separately? And then obviously
the woman, I can see her from far. I'm not sure you heard it, but I see her like, I think normally she was wearing glasses. Her glasses were up over her head, like she's mad. She had arms crossed. She was pissed. I was like, oh, and like you can see the staff. He's like bowing, like. It's not like he like.
But the thing is, but the thing was they couldn't really change the rule because once they changed it, then everybody wants to sit with their friend, and basically it becomes a problem.
There was kind of like a way to get around it. Like you could trade with someone. Like I think that happened at your table, right?
So basically, what you could do eventually is that once everybody sits down, then you go, oh, so my friend sits on that table, and then you go talk to someone in that table to see if you're willing to change. Because there are like I said, there are a lot of people who went without someone they know. They went individually, so they wouldn't care which table they sit in.
As long as it wasn't like, you're in the very front row and you want your friend.
You
would not trade for a worse seat.
Yeah. So basically, as long as it's reasonable, I think most people are okay with it. So a lot of people actually dealt with that. So I actually end up sitting with a bunch of Okada Nana fans because they all just traded with the people that I was sitting with, and they were all part of the comedy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Were they some of the same guys you talked to yesterday, or completely different people?
No, yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, I did. It was the 3 that I met, but I only talked to one of them yesterday. But he wasn't sitting with us today. But so I ended up sitting with like 4 or 5 Okada Nana fans, and they're all pretty hardcore Okada Nana fans. And then the first thing they asked were like, "Oh, are you Okada Nana fans?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "What?
Get out of here!" And threw you out of the table. Vote off the island. Vote off the table. So that was just kind of already like, this is already not good.
Yeah, that was already kind of like, this is going to be awkward. We're all split. Because initially we're like, okay, maybe we couldn't, like the Gaijins, because we actually met another Gaijin from, another foreigner from Hong Kong.
During the live.
And he can't even speak any Japanese.
Yeah, you're saying
he said he can't speak any Japanese, so he's having a really hard time. So I was like, yeah, maybe we can all just kind of sit together. But then obviously that was ruined. Yeah.
Well, of course it wouldn't be like, first come, first serve, because I've been chaos or messed up. So I think they didn't want to make it unfair, but also it's like any better plan this. If they do this again next year or another time in the future,
yeah, they'll probably plan it better. But the thing is, I think they did it to purposely try to force us to mingle, but they just didn't expect that people were so. Well, I guess they just didn't see the stupidity side to it. Like it's okay to force. It's like they basically did it like where if you were joining some kind of camp, some kind of summer camp, and then that's like kind of the icebreaker. Everybody sits on a separate table. It's basically like an icebreaker, right? But then they're forgetting the side where there are people who are much older, and there's also balance of genders. There's also a lot of more males over a lot more females, and obviously having one girl serve a bunch of stranger boys it's weird. And sometimes some of the girls are younger, and there are some of the dudes that's much older. I think they were just forgetting a lot of that. I think they were just thinking like, oh, it's a bunch of college kids, and everybody will become
bunch of fans. I mean, there's common like you're all here because of AKB. So I mean that.
Yeah, they thought like we all have a mutual interest and we'd be okay. But then they forgot there are some other stuff.
Weird anxiety and crap. Yeah. Which I guess we can go to that. Basically, first thing they did is introduce all the members onto the stage. Did like the InstaGuam promotional stuff, like the CEO and the other head people came out. They did a photo shoot, and and then they're like, go get some food.
Yeah, so basically, they put all the members on the 2 or 3 tables right at the end, right at the side.
Like basically at the entrance of where the food was. So it was buffet style, and it's all kinds of food. The members were all sat like just right next to the entrance. Like there was like kind of like a fence, so it's not like you actually get up in them.
Yeah.
But actually, the way I guess how the queue eventually formed is like kind of going down like some stairs way and then wrapping around them.
Well, it was done purposely, I think. It's just end up the queue not going around, but like going alongside where the girls are sitting.
It's like they're kind of boxing. The queue was boxing them in.
Yeah. So basically, you could potentially chat with the members while you were queuing to get your food. Which at some point we went quite early, so we didn't.
Well, Sayako, she was on like the downstairs area. She was off to the side.
Yeah,
so we didn't actually get a chance to talk to her.
Yeah, so because we went pretty quickly and
beat the crowd.
Yeah. So we didn't actually get that chance. But then later on, when the queues formed really, really long, there were times where like a bunch of members were just sitting. Well, not member, but a lot of fans were just standing in line for forever, and they were just talking to like Sayakas or members for like the longest time ever.
Mm-hmm. Which I feel like kind of sad or felt bad for the members because like I'm not sure when they actually went and got food if they actually ate it all.
Well, the thing is, I don't think they went to get food. The managers got food for them. They did end up eating, but obviously they didn't end up eating a lot because there was so much stuff they had to do.
Yeah.
And then obviously they can't just come down and grab food as they please. Yeah. So they just kind of have to wait for everything for the managers to bring up. So they did eat, but obviously it's also because fans were also there. They probably don't want to show them just like gobbling down food. They're not Yagura Fuko.
Yeah. So what did you think about the food? I thought the food was pretty good. It was like a mix of everything. I was expecting like crap, like island food, so like seafood and like barbecue rib stuff and stuff. But it was like a mix of everything. You know, they had like the red roasted potatoes. They had hot dogs, pasta. They had the taco bar, which was completely empty. Like everyone else was like at the fish bar and the salad bar and the dessert bar and all this other crap. Taco bar completely empty. So I grabbed like 3 tacos and made my tacos. I think people were like, "What the heck is this crap?" And I'm like, "It's tacos."
I think they know.
Like I said, but tacos are Mexican food in general. It's not very popular amongst Japanese people. So yeah, I got like I somehow ended up with like 3 plates of food. I tried to finish it, but it got full. But like it's funny, like I had 3 plates of food to go to my table, and I plopped them out on the table, and the guy just like, "Where are you from?" So talk to me in English, and we just chat for a bit. Yeah, what did you think of the food?
I think it was very standard buffet food. I didn't think it was really, really good, but it wasn't bad. It was just very standard buffet food.
Yeah. And then they brought on some other members to the stage to try out. They like, "Oh yeah, we got some drinks here. They're not alcoholic. They're kind of like cocktail, like fruity cocktail drinks." And it tastes like pineapple or some crap like that, And then they proceeded to have, I think so it was Nachan, I think Mahon. Maybe, and then I think one other member. I didn't exactly catch. Basically, they sent them to Renachi. Okay. They sent them to the drink table, and basically they would basically hand the drink to you. And it's kind of like a handshake event, but instead of shaking their hand, they hand you a drink.
Which I didn't go because a bunch of people when they said that, everybody was like rushing over just to see the members, and I was just like, nah.
I'll get it later. And
no, I didn't even think about getting it later. I didn't get it in the end.
Oh yeah, because I got mine when you decided to come.
No. I didn't even try to go. So I just went. I was like, nah, because like it's like whatever. It's not sad because I don't really care. Yeah. So I was just like, so while everybody's lying for that shit, I was just like chowing down my food, and I finished my food and went to get my second plate.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I thought you were going to get a drink.
No. I was getting a second plate.
But I think because the line took a long time because they had 3 members there and 3 different drinks. Like one was tropical blue. One of them was like AKB surprise. I don't know what the surprise I can get that one. And another one was like some apple drink. I got tropical blue just because that was the most appealing one. But also that was the one that Nachan was serving. So naturally, you can only pick one drink. So naturally, that was the one that everyone wanted, and they wanted her like basically she would stick in the fruit in a little umbrella, and basically everyone wanted to see her. So that was actually the drink that was like she was constantly doing that, and the other 2 girls were kind of ignored it, and that's kind of sad. And then eventually, when Nachan left, I think she went down to go eat or something. Then the line naturally just moved faster. So yeah, I got the drink, and then they did some entertainment, some night show stuff, which basically it was more of like the stuff from the live where they did like the weird like tribal dances with like fire sticks, spin them around. There's a cool part where there's a guy up on the high bridge that was part of the queue. He lit like a fire stick, and he spear through it down, and the guy caught it. It's pretty cool.
So basically, it was just like a very traditional dance, but it's also like they used to play with a lot of flames, it was
lighting the floor on fire, lighting the water on fire.
Yeah, it was just really a spectacular. It was a normal dinner show. It was a dinner show you would pay for in Guam, which we did end up paying for one. So because we didn't expect to see that during this after party, I thought it was just going to be mostly the members orientated. Yeah. I didn't actually think we're going to be seeing a real dinner show. And then so I actually bought one just like this for tomorrow. Yeah. But already you saw something like that today. But so, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what was cool about that eventually at the very end, their finale was like all the dancers, they went into the crowd and they're like, hey, come out and dance with us. And like my table's really lame. Like no one wanted to go. They're like, no. Like the guy like, grabs the girl's arms like, come on. And she's like, no. And then like he left and he came back, tried grabbing her again, and she eventually got up. And then I'm like, fuck, I'll go. And then I got up and started followed him. And so basically everyone went up, danced with him up on the stage, like up in the main area, like the stage part. And I didn't even notice Andy, but Andy somehow showed up there eventually. And we danced with him, and I describe. You should describe it because.
So basically, I got up there. I got up there. Like it didn't really take like. Basically, I didn't even really need the girls to pull me up. It was just. It was just like they were like just telling me like, hey, come on. And I was like, fuck yeah! And I just ran up the stage, and then so I started dancing. We dancing, and I saw Matt. And I was like, hey, Matt. I was actually, like, kind of yelling, like, hey, Matt, come over. And then Matt was just, like, hiding in the back corner, just, like, jiggling. Jiggling. I'm like, oh, like, he doesn't want to dance with me.
I didn't, yeah.
Well, it wasn't dancing with me. It was because he was kind of behind the members.
I wanted to get for
So the members were actually up.
Which we didn't even know that until, because I mean, just grabbed randos, and yeah, I think I saw,
I don't know. I knew they were there.
No, I didn't know.
So I knew they were there. So
like, oh, cool.
I knew they were there. That's why I wanted to dance on the stage.
Oh wow! I just want to dance because I want attention.
Well, yeah, whatever.
And I was stuck in the back because I wanted to move forward, but like. I couldn't run into people.
Yeah, so he was in the back, and when I called his name, he didn't come up. He didn't come up to join me. And I was just like,
it was chaos.
So I was just like, maybe he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to join because he's closer to members. I'm like, I'm just like, whatever. I just do my own thing. I just did my own thing. It was really lit. You know, it was. For me, that was the fun part of the thing because you really let loose.
We're feeling kind of.
You really let loose.
To that point.
Well, it wasn't down. It was just a very standard event where you kind of had to force yourself to talk to the members. Where I didn't really want that because that wasn't the purpose of the dinner show. Yeah. I thought this was the time where like, oh yeah, like time to go a little bit wild, a little bit more like a party.
But Japanese people are kind of like, reserved and shy.
Yeah, but everybody that was on the stage was cool.
Yeah, I think those people were cool. Yeah, but just like I saw like literally they were pulling girls out of their seats because they're trying to get like, cute girls and people to come out. But I was like, fine, whatever. But yeah, that was cool. And then we went back to our seats. I think people at my table were like, oh, nice, congratulations, good job, like give me high five and crap.
Yeah, when I got back to my seats, all the not jump fans were all like clapping like Satsuga, like which just means like expected, like that was expected.
That's our crazy guy.
Yeah, that's our crazy guy to everything. Like because basically before that, so the whole thing, I'm kind of like the new guy that. In the block.
You were getting hazed.
Yeah, so I was getting, and then I wasn't Nachan-oshi, so I was getting like, they were like busting my balls, like constantly, like they're saying a lot of shit. And they were like, so they were actually talking about like, oh yeah, the people in my table, they were like, oh yeah, so if they do end up doing a game where you have to send like one person from each table to represent and to play a game, like they were like, yeah, or something like that. They were like, we're going to send you. And I was like, why? Send me. And they're like, yeah, we're going to send you, but like, not as a Sayaka Oshi, but as a Nachan Oshi. I was like, what the fuck?
So basically,
just like they were, because they were all like probably older than me, so they probably thought I was really young. They thought I was a young dude, and so they were like they were expecting me to do all these crazy things.
Yeah, that's what they usually do. That's kind of like the Japanese office culture to make like the new guy do all the stuff for senpai. Senpais want you to do.
Yeah, it's also because they know I speak English and stuff. They were just like it's perfect for me. So when I came back, they were all clapping. They're like, "Oh, Satsuga, expected out of you." And I was just like, "Hi, karimasu," I'm back and type of thing. "Hi, arigatou." And that was kind of it.
Yeah. And then their like last thing was they did a bunch of these like basically did do a raffle, but it wasn't like by group, like table number or anything like that. It literally just like pulled names out of the box, and there were different names of people on the piece of paper.
Do you remember what was the first raffle?
First raffle was for a night call from not night call, but a night visit. They come to your room, your hotel room, they knock on your door.
So basically, so in the Senbatsu there are 16 members, but only 15 members are doing. So I think Sayaka wasn't doing the night one. So basically, they pick 15 names.
Yeah, out of a box.
Yeah, out of a box.
Call them out, and then they would like, hey, where are you? You know, Koji Tanaka or whatever.
Yeah, so basically
they stand up and pick them to the back, and then the staff would pull you out, and you had to go tell them some information.
Yeah, so, yes, so
15, I think 15 winners.
15 winners. So basically, it's not like one member picks out one, and then they will be designated for
that member.
But it's random. So basically, a member, they'll pick up a name, and as one of the winners, you won't know who's going to come. So one out of 15 of the girls is going to actually come to your hotel room.
Your hotel room.
Tonight,
yeah, so it probably already happened.
Yeah, it probably happened right about now.
Yeah,
they will visit your room and just say, hey, good night type of thing. It's a good night visit. So that's about it. And then, so we picked, obviously, neither of us got picked.
No.
We were just like, expected. It's like 15. There was at least, so basically the people who came to the tour, we would say close to
300-ish?
No, not that much.
Something?
Maybe 250. I would say 250 is a good, very safe number to be say. So 250, not a lot of people. So, 15 out of 250 is not high, but it's not impossible.
Odds.
Yeah, it's not terrible odds either. So we didn't win. It was like, okay, it's whatever. We weren't expecting that much.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So then they were like, oh yeah, we have another
prize, and this will be a morning call. So basically, because tomorrow, the next day for this trip, they're going to do the radio taiso. So like basically the morning exercise where they have it playing on the radio. It's something they do like in offices and like at school sports festivals, because it's like starts at 7 in the morning, so it's a stupid early time. They're like, if you're like not good at waking up in the morning, you're not a morning person, we'll like have a member call your hotel room, and they will hey, tell you to wake up and greet you.
So morning call.
So this is a different group of girls came out. Also, it's not tied to whoever's gonna get it. And the first thing they pull out, so there's Yamada Nanami. She's the one that pulled it out, and she's like. Pull out paper, looking at it very, like, strangely, like, what's wrong with this? And then, like, I think Furuhata now, she was next to her, and she was, like, showing her, it's like, how do you say this? I think it was like, oh, you say it like this. Like, I think I was hearing it, and I was reading their mouths. And so the first name that was called out was Olsen Mashu-san, which is me, it's my full name. And I'm like, woo! I stand up, and my table's, like, cheering for me, the table next to me is cheering for me. And like they were like really like the members were kind of confused, I guess. Like they're like, "Oh, Mashu, where are you?" And then I think they started speaking in English. I was just like in the moment, like.
No, they basically were just saying like they're like morning call, okay.
I'm like yeah, okay, sure, yeah. And like have a nice day. I think that's what something like that.
I don't think they said that, but it was just funny.
Yeah, they're like I think that was like kind of funny. So the reason why we know how the whole winning process was because I won this prize, and so I had to go up and tell them like, first I had to find my name in the document. It took them like 5 minutes because it's like all Japanese. I had to find the one English name or the 2 English names, and and I told them like, oh yeah, come, my room number is this, which I was like 70% sure it was correct, and after I went down, Andy, hey, is our room number? And he's like, yeah, I think so, and yeah, So tomorrow morning, or later whenever you hear this, we will get a phone call from a random AKB48 group member, and we're potentially hoping to record it using really highly advanced technology. And yeah, so be on the lookout for that, hopefully. Alright, and then, they called out like 14 other names, and then they did another raffle prize, and this was for like gifts that the members bought like at some random gift shops.
So basically, there were four or five members that came 2 days ago. So they came extra day. Yeah, so they're mostly NGT member plus Renachi. Yeah. So they came a little bit earlier, and they asked them to pick a gift to like a souvenir gift from Guam to give to the fan. So basically, each of those members they will pick. Obviously, that'll be designated. So they'll pick it, and basically, who won will get the gift that they bought for that Well, like they didn't know who they were going to give it to, but they already bought it. So so after they picked it, it was all done, and then people thought, oh yeah, they could go up on the stage and just receive it from the members.
That makes sense.
And then they were like, the staff were like, oh no. The staff was like, oh, we're sorry. And the host were like, the MC was like, it seems like the members can't give them gifts directly to. You have to be given through
private
staff,
means.
not private means, through the staff. And then everybody was like, whoa! And then you can see the staff quickly, like the staff were quickly talking, and then relay another message to the host, the MC, and the MC was like, oh, so we got a good news. So you can get it from the members directly, but not here, but like after tomorrow's morning exercise, during the off time, then you can meet the members and get them directly from the members. And everybody's all cheering like, yeah, like for once where the management like gave us like
Screw the management.
Well, not to screw the management. Like for once, they gave us something that was a little bit more reasonable. Because I mean, like, yeah, it's nice to get gifts that the members bought, but it's kind of stupid to not get it from the member.
Get it from a middleman. Like
Yeah,
some random
you could
guy
get
in a
from
suit.
some random guy in a suit and give it to you. That's so stupid. So that was it for all the lottos.
Yeah, all the lottos. And then that was pretty much the end of the show, right?
Yeah, so
that's
after
okay.
that, it was just like a little bit more inviting everybody, all the members up on the stage, say some final words.
And I thought so, wave them goodbye, and then they sent calls off by Root Hotel. And, yeah, we got back to the hotel. And that was day one of the Guam trip. Thank you for listening.